Nope.
Will any of the Malaysia economic stimulus go into Bitcoin in Malaysia? The MCO, Movement Control Order, has been dreadful for most Malaysians as many sacrifices have to be made in order to survive this pandemic. But thankfully, our Malaysian government has been supporting us by providing stimulus packages to help Malaysians and reviving the economy. Recently, the Malaysian government has recently announced the 4th Malaysian Economic Stimulus Package on June 5th of 2020, totaling up with almost 310 billion ringgit to many different sectors. With that amount of money, which options were the best for Malaysians to spend on? Is safe havens like gold and Bitcoin being considered as investment instruments? Let's find out in this video report. Eugene here from Blockchain 360. If you find this topic interesting, please continue watching this video. Before we go into the main report, here is a short report on Bitcoin's long-term price action. So in this Bitcoin graph portion of this video, I'd like to cover a few things. Firstly would be the Bart-Simpson hair formation that occurs quite frequently on the Bitcoin charts. So today is the 9th of June. Just a few days back, we had this surge up for the Bitcoin price to 10,000.
Aha.
And then as you can see here, and then it consolidated a bit, it went sideways, and then it came crashing down. So this formation is an example of the Bart-Simpson hair formation. So let's explore why does it happen.
I just have one question about hair. Where does mine start? Head, hair. Where's the border?
So I would say this is most likely the reason, as the price continues to go up bullishly. We see the stacking of the longs on the leveraged derivative markets. Here is blockchainwhispers.com, and on this site you can see that some of the leverage trading platforms, there could be a expansion on the longs if, let's say, at all the market goes bullish. And as that goes bullish, then probably there may be a whale that comes by and buys up lots of Bitcoin. So in a very short time frame, here in this case is a 3-hour chart, we see the price pumping up. Now as the price pumps up, it then goes sideways, even though that the price of even though the longs still maintain. But from the leverage trading platforms point of view, there could be some manipulation. So some of the leverage trading platforms may decide to manipulate the markets by making a large sell or a dump on the markets. This dump from their point of view will be profitable because by killing off all the longs, they make money that way. So hence, because of that dump, we have this crash that you see here. Okay, so this is one possible scenario where we have the Bart-Simpson formation on the Bitcoin charts.
I think we should read the comments.
We have to accept that this is going to be very common as long as the market cap for Bitcoin still remains small. After all, the Bitcoin adoption has not even exceeded 2% globally. I would like to give an example where, let's say we have a pool of water, we have people throwing, let's say a stone that is being thrown into that pool of water. You have a lot of water splashing out. So Same goes if, let's say, the pool of water has become a large reservoir of water. The same stone that is being thrown in the water, we don't have the water splashing out. That's because the amount of water in that reservoir of water is a lot. So any stones thrown into that reservoir of water doesn't really affect much water being splashed out. So by making such a comparison, we understand now that as long as the market cap of Bitcoin is still small, currently only 1 to 2% of probably global forex, then we can continue to see whales come into the market and they start splashing the water around. Okay, now moving on, early on in the previous video I did mention that Bitcoin seemed to be trying to break, or has already broken, the 3-year long incline resistance line that you see here on the weekly chart, and this portion of the triangle formation, which coincides between this incline resistance and the long-term gradual incline bottom part of the funnel, as you see on this light blue line here. This huge triangle here, once broken and price continues to go north, then probably Bitcoin will become very, very bullish. This triangle formation here is actually a cycle wedge, as I would call it, because it is actually formed for the entirety of the bear cycle since back in 2018 until end of 2018, or rather the beginning of 2019, all the way until now. So we have this huge wedge that's being formed in the bear cycle. In fact, this cycle wedge also can be seen here back in the 2015 bear cycle, where you have the price stretching from the top of the peak here at 1,000, going down all the way to 200 over dollars. Okay, so you have this wedge here, and even in the first cycle back in 2012, we also had the huge wedge here forming the bear cycle. So once the price breaks out of this wedge in this incline resistance, then price goes bullish. Also for the second cycle, it goes bullish, and so we can expect the same thing once the price confirms that it breaks this 3-year long incline resistance, which is the top part of the cycle wedge. Then we can expect the price to go up. Now the price may seem to have gone above it, but there is still no strong confirmation yet that it's going to go bullish. We have to wait and see. But even if, let's say, the price was to go further north, I wouldn't put all my eggs in as yet, because price would need to come down to form a firm support of this incline blue line here. Okay, so it's got to come back, and once that is firm, and then it will go a lot further north. Okay, that's all I have to share today. Let's move on to the title story. The Malaysian Stimulus Package 2020 was announced back in March 2020, stating this package will prioritize on protecting Malaysians, supporting businesses, and strengthening the economy. With the amount of money provided to families and businesses, where would Malaysians spend the money on? We would like to discuss 5 possibilities where Malaysians can spend the supporting funds provided by the government, which are 1. Daily essential needs, 2. Saving to bank, 3. For corporate to reinvest, 4. Buying shares, 5. Investing into safe haven assets such as Bitcoin. daily essential needs. It is a no-brainer as this stimulus package's priority is to protect the citizens. Malaysians would spend the money one shot on daily needs such as food, necessary bills, or house rental for a month. A COVID-19 survey was done by the Department of Statistics Malaysia, DOSM, before MCO and during MCO, resulting in a big portion of household spending, namely food and non-alcoholic beverages, from 18% to 44%. This is because Malaysians were stuck at home during the MCO period. Even those who worked from home had to spend money on food and internet fees. As human beings, food and shelter are the top priority on surviving, and it is no brainer that these money will flow to daily needs. Saving to bank. The extra cash from the government will not be simply wasted on unnecessary stuffs and would come in handy for future users. Thus, some Malaysians will just deposit it into their bank account in order for the interest rate to grow over time. Bank Negara Malaysia's BNM has recorded data showing bank deposits in savings account and current account surged 12.6% and 10.3% in March and April 2020 respectively. This indicates that Malaysians are not completely stopping on spending money, as they may want to conserve more cash in the event of calamity in the economy. However, it may be interesting to take note that the interest generated by banks are nothing near what other investment instruments can yield. For corporate to reinvestment, employers' integrity and sincerity is a crucial role to be maintained in ensuring holistic and fair management of the financial aid supported by the government under the Malaysian Economic Recovery Plan. With the support from the Malaysian government providing funds to corporates and businesses, this will benefit many Malaysian corporates who are suffering in maintaining business. It is crucial in fulfilling their employers' needs, such as their pay. If not, the employers might have the possibilities to resign due to unfairness. And recruiting new employees needs proper training for them, which might cost even more for their corporate spending. Thus, corporations must think twice on what to spend, especially maintaining their employees. Buying shares. There are still opportunities to invest in the right stock, as the market fluctuation has impacted the stock market and might have the opportunities to purchase desired stock for future profits. In May this year, Bursa Malaysia announced their outstanding results as their revenue jumped to almost 20% due to the fact that RM310 Trade has activated more accounts in March 2020. With the right mindset to purchase the right stock, profits will be gained in the future if all done so correctly. Despite saying this, we should take note that currently the equity markets are rallying, most likely because of the much stimulus money that is injected by the different central banks in the different governments. In time of creating this video report, we even see that stocks of recently bankrupt companies such as JCPenney are also rallying. Therefore, please be careful of picking the right stocks, if at all, if you are considering investing in risky stock market. Investing into safe haven assets such as Bitcoin. This will be beneficial as the price of gold and silver increases year by year, And recently, gold price has hit the biggest monthly gain since 2016, as the top economies ramp up stimulus for the damaged recovery from the coronavirus pandemic. Not only the gold and silver prices have soared, Bitcoin prices have also soared as more and more new users around the world have been trading cryptocurrencies during this pandemic. We have discussed the Bitcoin revenue in Malaysia and the beneficial towards the economy in our previous video. To learn more, you can watch it by clicking the link on the top right of this video. In conclusion, the Malaysian government has made an outstanding move during both the political and global economy crisis for the past few months. And out of these 5 ways, wherever the money will ultimately spend heavily depends on individual preferences and priorities, as there are more ways to spend it on. With all the stimulus packages provided to the Malaysians, it has lessened the burden of Malaysians surviving this global pandemic. What do you think about the stimulus packages provided by the government? Besides these 5 avenues, where else do you think the stimulus money will be moving to? Please let us know in the comment section below. We hope that you have enjoyed this insightful video report. Please give it a like and do share it with your friends. To explore further on profitable Bitcoin analysis, please check out our live Bitcoin seminars and webinar events. The link access to the event platforms are listed in the description of this video below.